Bear, little bear.
Oh.
You left me.
Sorry.
Girls, keep your windows up.
Yeah, that's the first time I've ever seen a bear.
It's just a baby.
Mom will show you pictures after. It's back on this side, babe.
I didn't get any good pictures. I wonder where Mom is.
Yeah. Well, maybe they crossed earlier, and that was just the straggler.
Did you see him just like, hello, friend?
Yeah.
Aww.
Well, a little update on just the job front. The reason I haven't been updating you is because there's been nothing to update, other than the fact that I keep looking in 3 provinces and have not found anything. Alberta has, out of the 3 provinces, probably Alberta and Saskatchewan are pretty much the same in the fact that they have almost no jobs, just of any kind. Most of the jobs that are available, and speaking of teaching jobs, are science and math. I actually see a lot, or a decent amount, of music and band ones as well. You know, there's a couple English jobs. There has been no art jobs, and this is like the past month of looking. Like, I sit down like a couple times a week and scroll through every single district. I mean, the way that I have to do it with Alberta and Saskatchewan are looking through every single school district, seeing what vacancies they have open, and then doing that. I have applied to a couple jobs here and there that I found, including some in BC, because BC has more jobs, like a significant amount of more jobs than Alberta and Saskatchewan. Like, it's crazy how many jobs they have. However, again, not very many jobs applicable to me. So, I have applied mostly to BC because there have been more jobs there that are applicable to me than in Alberta or Saskatchewan, where it just seems like, because of budgetary reasons and whatever else has been going on politically, before COVID stuff, this has like nothing to do with COVID stuff. Like, yeah, anyway, that there's just more jobs in BC, and there was before COVID. I mean, the trend that I see between the 3 provinces is the same before COVID as it is now. So I don't know. Today might be the day, or tomorrow I'm starting to look elsewhere, and I don't mean like other provinces. I mean like at other jobs. So I get to do one of my favorite things today. Just doing some design work with spray paint for Randy. She has this jewelry box. I gutted one of the, this is like a fake drawer, and there was like a, well, there it is right there. This was there. So it was just like separated, and then this real drawer, this one could like pull out. So she wanted that out, so it was just like one big space. And then yeah, I covered the mirror up so that I don't get spray paint on it, which I will anyway, but not as much. And yeah, I get to spray paint the box, and I enjoy doing that a lot. I have 2 jewelry boxes that I did for me, and I really enjoy it. It's just like a simple, fun thing, but here's the before anyway. Alright, a little bit of a rant. Google Maps can suck a fart. Randy asked me to do her a favor. I thought it was going to take, a couple minutes. It took me 2 hours. Besides everything else that I had going on today, blah, 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 and I've got a lot of frustrations with the fact that this just isn't, just whatever. I'm not going to get into all the details, but she's taking a lot of trucking routes. So Google Maps, if I want to send the route to my phone, I make a custom route, and the custom route will not go to the phone. You send the custom route to the phone, and as soon as you click the link, it'll give you its best route. It's like it automatically just says, yeah, your custom route, screw that. We're just gonna reroute you to what we think is the best. She can't take those routes necessarily when she's operating, heavy machinery, or there's trucks, or she's piloting like vehicles that are trying to like whatever wide loads, super heavy stuff. They can't take certain highways. So anyway, after much research and trial and error and figuring things out, what I ended up having to do was create all these little destinations. I have to create destinations along the map over and over and over again, so it says, oh, you need to go there, so I guess we'll send you there. But between this destination and that destination, it might decide, oh, actually, there's this other route that we want to take you on instead in order to get from, B to C. So then, like, I send it to my phone, I look, and if it changed it, then I'm like, okay, I've got to add another destination in between B and C, or else it'll reroute again. And then if it does it again, you have to add another location in between those two locations, and then continue doing that over and over and over and over again. Like, I've got 7 locations within, 100 kilometers. Because it keeps rerouting to main highways and main roads. Like, I made a custom, 2 out, freaking Google, what the? So, these stencils aren't mine. Emma was using, well, they're mine, I made them, but Emma was using those the other day. They're not for this. This is what I came up with. Randy didn't want to pick colors. She just said not gold and not something else that I can't remember. And I was like, okay, do you want it light or dark at least? That'll give me some direction. So she said bright, and this is what I came up with. She doesn't like pink, and this is like a coral, and I was like, maybe that's too pink. She also has this thing with like a certain type of green, and it's hard to pin down for me what green that is. So this is like really pastel-y and like Eastery, and I don't know. It's just, that's what it is right now. I don't know if she's going to like it or not. We'll see. So this is one of those trails I just haven't done yet. Like a listed trail in Lethbridge that I haven't done. And yeah, I don't even know how long it's been there. I have no idea. Maybe it's been there the whole time. Maybe it's new. I guess I can look that up on Trail Forks and Pink Pike and stuff, but I haven't yet. So Doggone Down is the trail. I think this is where it starts, but a lot of rain and sunshine, so we've got a lot of growth. And I don't know how much it gets ridden, so we'll find out. Let's see what happens. I know you probably didn't have time to read all that, but this is a quick little Reddit rant. So Randy and I are really trying to advertise Art Ballad Podcast and get more exposure, get it out there so people know it's there, so people who would listen to that kind of thing can listen to it. So we did this episode about the movie Quills, and thus we talked about the Marquis de Sade, who is the main character of that movie. It's a biopic about him. So I was like, hey, I'm going to go on Reddit, I'm going to find some like different subreddits that would people would appreciate that content. One of them was erotic authors, because he could fit into that category of an erotic author. I don't think there's anyone who would argue that. So, I put a link in there and saying, hey, this is a podcast episode about the Marquis de Sade. I'm sure people who are in that subreddit know exactly who the Marquis de Sade is, or most people would, because they're there for erotic authors. Very relevant to the subreddit. I read the rules first. I made sure I always do that, because Reddit is really sticky with rules, or subs usually are. So this is where the rant comes in, because I already know that they're really sticky. Like, there's some places that just, we don't want this, we don't want that. Like, there's like things like, even like subreddits on metal, they're like just the general metal ones. Like, we don't talk about these bands, don't even bring our name up. It's like, but these are clearly metal bands, but you can't talk about them, and there's no explanation why. Anyway, so what I had there, the little screenshot, was just this, it's just, one of the mods was like, this is getting taken down, this is being deleted, we don't do self-promotion here. And I was like, why does it matter who posted the content if the content is relevant? It's not self-promotion about something completely unrelated. It's saying, hey, here's this podcast episode. So if I posted from my personal account instead, and it didn't just say Art Ballad Podcast account, and then, hey, this is an Art Ballad Podcast episode. So if I just posted from my personal one and said, hey, I found this episode that's pretty cool. It's like about, Marquis de Sade, so here you go, everybody. Then it wouldn't have been a problem. And I was like, why would it matter who posted the content? The content is relevant. Like, so that's like saying if I was an erotic author and I wanted to post my work there, I couldn't, because it's mine. But if someone else posted my stuff, it would be perfectly fine. Being like, hey, why don't you check this person out, because they, like, make content that's relevant to this sub. Anyway, it's really annoying. It happens a lot. Reddit, I find, is amazingly useful and great for users, and incredibly difficult, and it's a crapshoot for people who are posting content, for creators, or whatever you want to call them. So that's my first rant before I finish things off here. The other one is that I had to make a call yesterday, not had to, but I was fed up, with a parking complaint, something that happens daily right around a place where I am downtown frequently. I'm not going to like put it on blast right now, which is weird, but I'm just not going to. Anyway, because cars continually park on the sidewalk. Like, this business puts their cars on the sidewalk like 3 or 4 at a time, and not just like a little bit, like 75% over the sidewalk. So if you're riding a bike, which with a child I would need to do, a child under 14 years old, bylaw says they can ride on the sidewalk, not on the street, which makes sense. That we almost have to go onto the street to get around some of these vehicles because they are so far into the sidewalk, it's crazy. I was getting sick and tired of it because it was on one of the routes that Emma and I take, to get to some trails. And so I called parking enforcement about it. And then I'm sleeping last night. It's close to midnight. I'm like getting really deep in the pocket there. And I get a call from a private number. It's 11:40 p.m. I don't answer it. I thought it was like a robocall of some nature. And then I get up to use the washroom, and like I see the light go off on my phone, and I was like, what the heck? And then it's a voicemail, and I was like, that's still probably just a robocall. But I take it with me, and I listen to the voicemail, and it's the police getting back to me at 11:40 at night, calling me close to midnight. And they were aware of it, and they said, oh, sorry for the late call, but just wanted to follow up with you on the parking complaint and let you know that someone will be out there to talk to them tomorrow. And I was like, are you nuts? Why would you phone me at close to midnight to update me on that? Like, I turn all my notifications off other than the ringer on my phone, and I guess my alarms, when I go to sleep, because I don't need to be woken up by crappy random things that are not important. Well, phone calls in the middle of the night, I would assume would be important ones. I would assume it would be an emergency, that someone had to get a hold of me, and it was really important. So that's why I leave the ringer on, because I don't want to miss that call. Even robocalls have more respect by not calling at that late hour. Like, Randy brought that up. Like, that was her point. And I was like, yeah, that's exactly right. I've never had a robocall at past, like, 6 at night or something. It's ridiculous. Anyway, with that, I'm going to outro the vlog here. Other videos this week, other than the vlog, there is a raw ride of a new trail that I've never done before called Doggone Down. There's actually an art process video as well of a painting that I am doing. Like, it's a collaboration between Randy and I, so I'm painting over a photograph that she took. And then there's also a conversation about kind of like how OCD tendencies and discipline are kind of like related but not. Anyway, with that, we'll see you on another time.